Good morning. It's the beginning of week 3 for the Gainsborough 10k training block. Hope you're all well. It's Tuesday morning. I'm just on the bike on my way to work, so I thought I'd bring you along. So yeah, so far so good in the old 13-14 week training block. We started off pretty steady, but we've got another intensive week this week, and then we move on to a bit of a deload week, so that'll be a nice and easy reduction in kilometres next week. But as far as this week goes, I think we've got a nice easy one either tonight or tomorrow. And then another interval, and then a long run probably at the weekend. Feeling refreshed. Had a nice rest day yesterday. Took the kids out to Belton House. That was really nice actually, for a couple of hours. Busy, but nice. And yeah, ready to go. I'm just testing out the old camera on. I bought myself a new bike stand for the camera, so you'll have to let me know what it looks like on the old DJI Osmo Nano. But yeah, I feel like I wanted to talk a bit about sort of my cycling and things like that, but because I feel like it does help with your overall fitness. It does help me sort of maintain things a bit easier. If I'm consistent with my biking and things like that. So I try and bike to and from work every day. Obviously at the moment I'm only doing sort of 3-day weeks because I have Monday, Friday off with the summer holidays. But normally I'd be biking in 5 days a week. But 3's fine, 3's enough. It helps maintain your sort of just a basic level of fitness as well, and I enjoy it as well. It clears your mind a bit, gets you ready for the carnage of the kids when you get home and stuff. So I appreciate being able to do it, to be honest. But yeah, so far the training block seems to be going all right. Yeah, I'm conscious of not overdoing it, because in the past when I've overdone it, I've got a bit carried away and I've ended up getting injured. So I'm going to stick to what it says. Try and keep my easy runs as easy as possible, which is always a bit of a struggle for me, to be honest. But we're going to try our best to be pretty disciplined with that and stick to the paces that they're giving me. So yeah, other than that, we're all good. Another beautiful day, sun is shining. So yeah, if you haven't seen the previous episode as well, episode 2, week 2, then go and check that out as well. Andy Runs 45 on YouTube. I will see you at the start of easy run number 1, week number 3. Cheers guys. forward to these runs, but I always struggle with them because I can never. Whoops, just dropped the camera there. Because I can never stick to the slow pace. I always want to go faster. I think it's part of the bark stubbornness, but I need to stop trying to chase times and PBs and trying to go as fast as I can, because I know in the long run these kind of runs will definitely benefit me. So we're going to go 6.5k, nice and easy. Beautiful evening, and I'll check in at the end. Really nice. So yeah, we're done. 6.5k. Feel much better after that. Next one, tempo in a couple of days. So if you want to follow the journey to Sub-55, make sure you subscribe and like and comment. Like and comment. My head's gone. And I'll see you on the next one. Right guys, bit later than planned. So we're going to do 7.5k with a little bit of a increase in pace halfway through. But it's actually really warm today. It's been sort of mid-30s, so I'm just going to go steady. I'm going to see how I get on and then go from there. So yeah, I'm not going to worry about pace tonight, to be honest, because it's still pretty warm. I'm just going to go on effort rather than pace. So we'll see how we get on, and I'll probably check in afterwards. Right guys, we're halfway there, living on a prayer, as the song goes. So we're going to try speeding it up for a kilometre, 5:45 a kilometre, and then back to a conversational pace. It is boiling. It's about 30 degrees, but we're going to get it done. Let's not concentrate on the watch or times, or let's just concentrate on effort and just getting this run done. Like I say, it's absolutely boiling and I am dripping in sweat, so yeah, but it's all good. Let's get it done. That is so hard. I'm so knackered. I'm so sweaty. But we did it. 3 kilometre cool down to go. I'm absolutely shattered. That was hard work. God. So hot. Well. That was interesting. In more ways than one. It's the morning after the night before. think it's fair to say last night's run was supposed to be pretty straightforward, to be honest. Nothing too strenuous or complicated. Just to get the miles out and hopefully feel strong doing it. But the heat, the humidity, well, that had other ideas, to be honest. From the minute I started, really, I knew it was going to be hot because it had been hot during the day. It was thought it was 37. I think it peaked at 37. But from the moment I started, I could feel it in my legs. They felt heavier. My heart rate was up by a fair bit. And that kept climbing. And it felt like every kilometre seemed a little bit harder. And it seemed to be taking more and more out of me, more than it normally would. A pace that would usually sort of feel pretty straightforward felt actually quite challenging. I mean, there were another number of other factors as well. I was quite late going out. Poppy wasn't sleeping, so I was a little bit stressed as well. But everything just felt like hard work. That's the frustrating thing, is about running. The heat pretty much scuppered any sort of plan that I had in mind, really. But I am trying to remind myself, or I'm trying to remind myself that every run doesn't have to be a great run. Doesn't have to be a PB or you don't have to come out the end of it feeling absolutely amazing. The goal isn't to smash every single session, or sometimes the win is simply just getting out. So it was a win just to simply get out. I think sometimes you've got to adjust your expectations and just get through it, really. And that's what I tried to do last night. So I'm taking the positives from it and we carry on. Yeah, it wasn't the run I wanted. I still ran. Still got out. Still did the distance. But I suppose in hindsight, that's what the journey's about. It's about turning up when conditions aren't optimal. It's about going out when you don't really want to. It's about being consistent and taking the next step, I suppose, towards a sub-55. If you'd asked me last night if I could do sub-55, I'd have said absolutely no chance, but that's what it's about. So, onwards and upwards, and I'll see you on the next one. Intervals on Sunday. Or Saturday, whenever I can fit it in. Right then, so that's week 3 of the sub-55 journey. And if I'm honest, this week hasn't really gone exactly how, well, it hasn't gone to plan, shall we say.
it's not been a bad week in that we've got all the runs done, but it's not gone to plan as such. I think the biggest challenge has probably been throughout the week, really. It's the heat. Let's get round here. It's the heat. I think the problem with running in these sort of temperatures is it sort of makes every kilometre feel a lot harder than what it normally is. And a lot of the time the paces that you would normally do and paces that would normally feel quite comfortable, they suddenly sort of feel a lot harder, really. I mentioned it sort of on the last run. I've forgotten where I'm going here now. I'm going that way, aren't I? So yeah, it's been hard work. And then if you couple that with sort of outside factors, like everything that's sort of outside of running. So at the moment we're trying to get the kids in their own beds, and that's affecting the sleep, and the heat's affecting the sleep, and Poppy's not sleeping as well as she has been, so her sleep's all over the place. So yeah, it's quite tiring. So when you leave to go for a run and you're tired, it's a lot more difficult because you start the run already sort of a bit stressed and not in a good headspace kind of thing. But like I say, we got it done. We're at the end of week 3. God, there's a lot of cars knocking about. So yeah, I suppose the running itself is an achievement in itself. Sort of just getting out the door and getting it done becomes an achievement in and of itself. So I suppose that beggars the question. I'm aware I wanted to be after week 3. I wouldn't say we're in a particularly bad place, but I'm probably not exactly where I would have liked to have been. But also, I think it's important to, in these sort of situations, to look at the bigger picture. I'm still running, we're still on track, all the workouts are completed, so we're not in a bad position. We're still showing up despite all the stresses and all the variables that are thrown your way. So onwards and upwards for week 4, but we haven't given up on the goal. The goal's still the same, sub-55. If I were to give it a mark out of 10, I'd probably say we were about 6.5 out of 10 for week 3. But we're still progressing, we're still going. The sub-55's still on. Keep working harder, and we'll go again in a couple of days or so for week 4. See what week 4 brings. If you want to follow the journey, if you want to follow week 2, week 1, then make sure you subscribe for more videos. Andy runs 45, and leave a comment and a like, and I'll see you at the beginning of week 4. Cheers, guys.